Most of the commoners take the elevators back down to the village.
Is that a Nora girl?
You look like you can handle yourself.
Come take a look. I'll give you a good price.
Back from the wilds. Find any Banuk relics? Come on back if you find any Banuk good.
I'd like to discuss a trade with you, Outlander.
Talana, always a pleasure. I see you've brought your pet.
Greetings, Sunhawk. I hereby sponsor Aloy of the Nora for membership in the Hunter's Lodge.
No. Look at her. She's lowborn, a savage. This is beneath even you, Talana.
She has fulfilled the requirements. And Sun King Avad decreed the Lodge should be open to all. Would you like to take it up with him?
The word of the Sun King is indeed law. Even though it will bring ruin to the Lodge, so be it. Do you, Aloy of the Nora, pledge to act rightly and nobly when in service to the Lodge all the days to follow?
I do.
Members of the Lodge, even though Tarkus is barely cold, I present to you Aloy of the Nora. Member and Thrush, what say you all?
To the hunt!
Sponsoring an outlander.
To the hunt.
While you make meaningless gestures, I'll be finding Redmaw.
How's it going?
I'm not going home.
Nope.
Right, mate. What up? Doing well.
This is a good day.
It's a good day, apparently, according to this lady here. So I just come back to this game. Finished the game with the other long-haired lady. So, you know how it is. What's going on?
What's Redmaw?
Few have
What's the
seen it.
crack?
A thunderjaw marked by years of battle.
Looking forward to
Some say it still bears the marks of
back to
over a
this
dozen
shithole.
hunters on its flank. How many it has trampled along the way, we may never know. When members go hunting and never return, we often blame Redmaw. But to
Yeah, mate,
me,
robo
it's more
dinosaurs.
than legend.
Can you not
It's
tell
the
by
only
the
machine that will unseat
armor
Assis.
of the ladies?
My sponsor nearly had it, but he didn't make it.
I'm sorry.
Tarkus sponsored me out of loyalty to my family.
I'm so excited.
He was my last link to them, besides the lodge itself.
My birthplace.
I have to unseat Assis.
Going to wilds.
Speaking of wild, yeah, this game. You're in the wilds. There you go. That's wild. Wild Friday night. In the wilds. Yeah, I bet you're looking forward to it. We got rain. You got closed pub gardens. You got expensive public transport. Starbucks on every corner. What else we got? Got hustle and bustle of the sourdough craze.
I bought my flight. I bought some COVID tests.
Whoa.
I'm packing up. I've got rid of some.
I know why I hate Assis. Why do you?
My family has always boasted members in the lodge. My father and brother were both hawks. Assis let their sacrifice be forgotten.
I'll stay at work.
What
Nice.
sacrifice?
They died in the massacre. They should be honored as hawks.
Well,
Instead, Assis will not let anyone mention
I'll
it.
celebrate that, mate.
How did your family come to be members of the Lodge?
Karja noble houses
do you have-
sent
are
sons to the
you-
lodge for generations.
Or is Canada
because they
classed
needed
as
another
like a
place
red,
to lord over the commoners.
red country or whatever
I want
the
to change
term
that.
is?
The idea
Will
that
you
someone
avoid
is
the
worthy or
hotel
not by
situation?
virtue of birth alone. Everyone thinks they have me pegged as soon as they hear Talana Khan Padish.
Man,
I hate
Talana's
that.
got some glossy lips.
I understand.
That lip gloss.
My whole life I lived as an outcast from the Nora. They would have been the first to say I wasn't one of them. Yet as soon as I leave the sacred lands, everyone calls me Aloy of the Nora. It should be Aloy despite the Nora.
I didn't know.
Aloy does
I'll remember
spite
that.
Nora.
What happened in the massacre?
King Jiran's paranoia
Cheers to your
knew no
last day of
bounds.
work, mate.
He sent thousands of innocents to die in the Sun Ring. When the Hawks of the Lodge called for him to stop the slaughter, he threw them in the ring too. Yet when the machines attacked the condemned, more Hawks leapt into the ring to defend them. And my father and brother were among them.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Canada is in the likewise. I think they're the ones that have news streets or something, or as my friend Carmen said, they it's just the black countries. So I don't have to go into the hotel. I am, however, going to go and sleep in my parents' conservatory for 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, in the conservatory.
So funny as well, because I quit, and then they were like, oh, technically you need to recognize it, so it's like, okay, I'll work notice, and I haven't done any of this. No one talks to me, and I've just been, I don't do anything. I've downloaded The Sims, and now I just play The Sims job. And they told me, they gave me,
That's pretty good. So what, you just spend your time building Sims families,
What happened to the
put
men
them in
of
the
Sun
pool,
Ring?
taking the ladder
They
out,
died fighting.
watching them drown.
If you wish to hear the story, Legan can tell it better.
Are you
He saw it
staying
with
in
his own
your
eyes.
in the conservatory?
not.
That'd be good. This time of year.
The morning of the massacre, my father
guess.
told me to meet him outside the city. He told
Is
me they
it
were planning an escape.
your- Is that with your
I waited for hours until a message came from my father.
dad or your mum?
I had to leave the city,
Your mum and dad. I don't know.
so I fled when
Am
I
I
should
digging
have
a hole?
fought by his side.
Have I dug a hole?
He didn't want you
Who
to die
knows?
with them.
You know what I'm asking.
Nor would he want their names forgotten,
You don't have to
especially
answer
by the man who benefited most from their deaths, Assis.
I downloaded a mod, so now they're all drug addicts. I downloaded a mod, so now they're all drug addicts.
Now that you're a Thrush, you should improve your reputation. Why don't you hunt down a Thunderjaw and a Stormbird?
You want me to go trophy hunting?
You're not just any Thrush. You're mine. And you better make me look good.
But
You're
what about
my
Red Maw?
thrush.
I will find him.
That's pretty poor.
And when I
wording,
do-
isn't it?
I expect you to be there.
I'm your thrush. Oh no.
My parents have been divorced since I was like 2.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Dad, mum, and I think 2 kids in one bed. No, 2 beds. But my sister's died. But my stepdad died like 6 weeks ago. So I am
Yeah, fair play, mate. Yeah, I couldn't remember, so I
Wine, men,
never know how to address those kind of topics. Yeah, that's tough. Dead person. Sorry to hear that. Was he a nice guy?
don't you forget it.
Not sure how to address a dead person situation. Always feel a bit weird when someone says sorry for your
I
loss.
hate that statue of
always
Jiran. It's not enough to vandalize it. You should take
no, it's not.
Fine, good for a fair
Why are you apologising?
Well met.
You know, let's just forget about it. Obviously, sorry for your loss. There. Oh, digging the hole. Man, this spade is good.
Yeah, don't know why I mentioned it. You don't. But
Changing the topic quickly. That's right. I mean, we can talk about it. It's an odd topic, isn't it? We've all got it. We've got it. All got that baggage holding on to us. What's new with me anyway? Well, let me tell you. Got a new client the other day. Went round to her apartment, like a basement apartment in Hammersmith, and went in. She's like quite cool apartment. She studied like Indian medicine, and that's what like her job was. She was like doing something with Indian medicine. Anyway, you had to go like down the stairs out the front. You know, like how you get those little, you know how like London flats, you go like down a little porch bit that goes into like a lower basement at the front, and then you go in the apartment under the other one. And then we went through a little hallway, and then you went into the lounge, and you went through there, then you had to go through this little alleyway, then you went through the bedroom, and then out through the bedroom doors into the garden. So we did like our gardening shtick, and then there were a load of roses that we had to prune, so we did the rose prunings. Then obviously you had to carry everything back the way we came, and so I like taken a few bags of rubbish, and then I took like a massive bunch of rose prunings, and then when I came back, so went into the lounge, and the lady was sat in the lounge on her laptop, and she's kind of sat at 90 degrees from the doorway that goes through to the bedroom and that goes through to the garden. So she's like 90 degrees straight at the doorway, so she's like aware of, you know, you come in and out of that doorway, she could see directly. And as I came back into the lounge, just like on the floor, right in the middle of the doorway, like just in front of it, and pretty much directly in front of her line of sight, was a pair of saucy knickers. And they were like, yeah, they were quite saucy pants, you know, like peachy coloured, saucy, frilly French knickers or whatever. And she was French as well. She was like, I think she was about 50 or so, and she had like a very strong French accent. You know, she was kind of like a bit of a cliche of like a saucy French lady. Anyway, saucy French knickers on the floor, and naturally in the very classic, I guess, British way, just kind of looked at them and went, quite awkwardly. Didn't want to make eye contact with her, because I thought, well, if I make eye contact with you, then surely you'll acknowledge me acknowledging the saucy knickers. So best to just ignore the saucy knickers and step over them. So over we go, over the knickers, back up to the garden, get some more stuff, come back through again, knickers are still there. And this kind of goes on for a little while until I've got everything out of the garden, and then there was a little garden out the front. I said to Leon, who was still in the back car, I'll go carry on in the front. I was like, I've got to get the hell out of here. And I was thinking, I don't know where these knickers will come from. And I kind of looked at, like, you had to go through the bedroom, which had a huge gong in it as well, like on the end of the bed. I don't know why. Didn't want to become a number on the gong. And I was leaving thinking, I feel like there's about a complaint is about to be made, where Leon gets an email from her saying, that gardener with the long hair and the hat, like, I think he moved my saucy knickers. So I was just like, fuck this, let's get out of here. And then then I went out the front, did some work, blah blah blah. Then Leon came through. I didn't go back in the house at all, and I saw her again. I was like, oh yeah, nice to see you, blah blah blah, see you later. And then got in the van, And I said to Leon, like, "Do you see anything funny going on in that house?" He was like, you mean the knickers? Leon's a bit of a geezer. He's got like a gold tooth and a silver tooth. And he's just a bit of a dude. He was like, yeah, like, where'd they come from? And I was like, I don't know, man. Like, not a clue, but I wasn't intending on sticking around to find out. And we came to the conclusion that maybe they're on a radiator, and that when I'd walked out with all the rose clippings, the clippings had brushed across the radiator, and the knickers had got caught. Saucy knickers had got caught on the radiator, and then, then they'd just fallen off. But then I was thinking, well, it just opens up all sorts of various questions, such as, why didn't she mention it? Surely she could have seen them. I was pretty sure she could see them from where she was sitting. Maybe she couldn't, but, I was kind of thinking she could. Or maybe she put them there just to fuck with us, because she'd been on lockdown for quite a while, and maybe it's just like a way of entertaining herself is to throw a pair of saucy knickers on the floor and see how the gardeners react. I also said to Leon, I was like, this is some pretty, this is like Desperate Housewives territory, a couple of young gardeners coming into your garden for the first time, and oh, what's that? Pair of saucy... Those are my saucy knickers. And then I was thinking maybe I should say something. But then I was thinking, what would you say? Oh, excuse me. I think my rose clippings have got caught on your saucy knickers, and I've moved them. Anyway, and then we left. Anyway, and Leon was like, he came to the front, then he went back to the back to show what they'd done, and then when he came back, the knickers had gone. So, the likelihood is that maybe she had nothing to do with it, and then she sees that her knickers are on the floor and thinks, why are my knickers slap bang in the middle of the doorway on the floor? How did they get there? Has one of the gardeners moved them? Yeah, so I don't know. I said to Leon that maybe the best thing would be just to see what happens next time we go. If there's another pair of saucy knickers, then I'll probably just walk out again. Just walk out. Or just smack the gong and walk away.
Nora.
So
I'm the
that
mournful Naman. My
The
apologies that we meet like this.
Like this.
In grief, you hold yours close, like a talisman. Wait, forgive me. You didn't come for reparations? Someone you lost to the Sun Ring?
No. I know about the Red Raids, but the Karja owe me nothing.
I see. Well, I could use the help of a strong-willed outlander. Then I would owe you very much indeed. These people seek to honor their loved, their lost, with their own voices, not mouthing Karja rituals to Karja stone. But there are obstacles. And while Meridian holds its breath for any disturbance, these robes only tie my hands.
No, I wasn't implying that they... Mate, I'm not becoming a number on the gong. Do not gongify me. I didn't even think that she'd taken them off. I thought just maybe she'd just pulled a pair out of the drawer and thrown them on the floor. But maybe she had taken them off. I mean, it just makes it even worse, maybe? I don't know. And I told Samara, and Samara was like, what was she like? And I was like, oh, you would have liked her. She was like, it's alright if you want to say that you liked her. And then she was like, well, you know where she lives, we can go and have a look now. We can go and watch her. was like, that's too much. That's too much. We can't both become on the gong. Yeah, maybe they were dirty pants. I'm very glad I didn't pick them up. You know, a little bit of me at one point when I first saw them, I thought, shall I just kick them back into the room? Shall I just like, because it was a wooden floor, they would have just kicked. But then if she's like seen me doing it, just like in my bare feet, kicking her pants across the floor. Fucking disaster.
What kind of obstacles?
The first pilgrim is an Oseram who seeks to visit the Shrine of Kings on the road to the city. He waits there now, forbidden to enter by an old sun priest who suffer no heathen. This Utaro lost her companion on the edge of the jewel, at a pool where snap moths gather. The shrine was built there to ward off the machines, and its effectiveness leaves much to be desired.
Yeah.
And the Manuk would paint a mark on the sun's climb, a call to the machine spirits, I understand. They need no beckoning. Glint hawks perch there, drawn to the spires shining.
So, clear the machines out of 2 shrines and move a priest out of the other.
All I can ask for is your charity and that their stories are heard.
Naman, rituals and prayers can't bring back those who are lost.
No, but it can help those who grieve to find themselves. It can lend them strength and hope, like a new sunrise.
I didn't think your priesthood would ask outsiders for help.
If only the sun would set on our pride. And now our hoods make us blind. We whisper reconciliation, but forget how the old king's priests sang the words and blessed the killing.
The killing? You mean the Red Raids?
Yes. And the sacrifices that came after.
Why did the priests go along with all that bloodshed?
Sometimes we Karja are more concerned with what is tradition than what is right.
Huh. Maybe the Karja and Nora aren't so different. You're disappointed with the Sun Priests, but you still wanted to be one?
I spent my whole life looking up to the temple. My brother's voice echoing in its arches. Even he couldn't turn me away, and how he tried. In the end. He said, when we were loved, our robes were dyed in cinnabar. Now they are stained in blood.
In the Wild West.
How so?
Our robes are handed down to us.
You Northwest?
Most of the old priests
North and
fled rather than be seen in the glare of a new sun. And so we are left to wear their sins. For me, at least, they hang heavy.
Where is your brother now?
He waits for me on the trail of the sun, I hope. He spoke out against the sacrifices. For a priest to question the Sun King's will, his punishment was worst of all.
You lost someone you loved too. I'm sorry.
No, not lost. When I took on these robes, I found his memory.
I'll do what I can to help those in mourning.
To honor their memories is to honor us all.
Does your dad live in Loughborough?
Fine goods only the fair price.
These aren't goods.
Find better way to stop it when you're in the thick of it. You'll regret not stopping when you're in the thick of it. You won't.
Good. I can use this. Can't be too prepared. gonna need this. That's it. Nothing to see here.
Hey, yes, I'd love a jacket. Definitely put me down for one jacket, 100%. Let me know if you need measurements. I'm like a medium. So, sweet.
Here they come.
Yes, 100%. That's a fucking fat lot of cash that you got to spend on jobs. Do they not have to do a thing at all where you just go to like the walking centre and just get out? That's for the game. I mean, yeah, I'm doing some killing them. I can tame some of them. Can't tame the Stormbird. That's crazy, mate. You're a madman. Not yet, anyway. I can tame like a stag thing. I can ride that. Ride the stag. Oh, excuse me. Whew. Adventure hog. I couldn't really say. They've not really got into it at all. There are real animals. They are all vegetarian, though, that's for sure.
That's coming with me.
No, we got some. We got turkeys. Got some hogs, some boars. There's foxes. We've got. Yeah, I've seen some rats. What else? Some birds. There are birds. Ducks. I've seen the ducks. They're all vegetarian though. Most of the machine animals just kind of eat dirt and just put their face in the dirt.
I'll find a use for you.
In all honesty, I don't think I've got enough energy to complete this game.
That'll help.
Maybe I should just try and get to the end instead of dilly-dallying.
Fight or run.
Oh, there's one to the country.
Here I am.
Handshake. Just gotta touch each other.
They're scanning for me.
You been playing anything on the Switch? You got anything good going on there? I'll be right back.
That's alright. It's nice Sims.
I'm not sure that's how it works, mate. I swear, when people get exercise games and they get loads of free time, all the novelty is taken out of it. Then it becomes a task. Sorry if you can hear me chewing really loudly. Did you get Steam? Is that what you got the Sims on? Oh, you said you had to get that. You say you had to pay for Steam or something. That's crazy business. No. Alright, what are we going to do with this guy? What we should do, we should save. Do you ever see that game called Moving Out? I imagine that would be that's the kind of game I'd like to play with you side by side. Split screen on the sofa. I reckon that'd be a good laugh.
I might be able to get it to run on my laptop. I was working, so it didn't look like I couldn't put it on my laptop at the time. I was trying to get it on my iPhone. So maybe it's on an iPad.
Oh, no.
Good. Fascinating.
down. There's that trophy.
Can't carry more.
Ooh. Oh shit.
That infinite ammo in this game. I feel like I can't see it. Ammo counter. Oh wait, maybe.
No man, it's just got lots of ammo. I did lots of upgrading of the character. Now she can hold tons of arrows. Classic RPG elements. We miss anything from the Canadian line of the world.
I have no idea what to say. You can't totally remember this insane like children echoing in the church music while also I don't know what you're eating. I'm picturing it some sort of chickens. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
It was a where's the microphone? Maybe the microphone's too far away, and I'm definitely mumbling. It's a flatbread. Made some flatbreads for dinner, and I've got some vegan soft cheese. Tesco's free from range. Coconut oil alternative, garlic and herbs soft cheese. It's kind of just sort of wet, white glute
Stocking
with
up.
bits in. It's quite good. I was asking if there's anything you'd miss from leaving Canada. You're going to maximise that before you leave. It does have a bit of a chickeny kind of chewy texture though. So you're in the right ballpark. You know your mastication textures. Yeah, it feels like I'm chewing a chicken skin.
Was a god under the last
With wet on it.
or a cry from those days.
I can get out of this.
Watch out for the Oseram merchants. They'll as soon cheat you as look at you.
Heat out here is more ancient than the old ones. This must be the Shrine of Kings that Yaman told me about.
monument.
You won't get in there. That dry...
I can be persuasive. But what does an Oseram want with a Karja shrine, anyway?
It reminds me of someone. Gone 2 years now. But what does a girl like you know of loss?
Try me.
I had a lover. Worked on monuments to their bastard king. Then he gave them a show in their sun ring for good measure. The Karja gave me back his broken bones, but what use are they? They won't build again. They won't make me smile.
And seeing a statue of the Mad Sun King will?
I need to see his work again. The marks his hands carved. The set of the metals they hammered. That's the soul of him. But that shriveled up old priest won't let me near it.
I'll see what I can do.
Every time I go near the statue, he shouts at me.
Turn away, child. The abiding Jahaman wishes to be alone in his retreat.
If you want to be alone, go someplace else. Others want to pray here.
Defile it, you mean? Yet another debasement of what was once pure. Truly, our tribe has lost the light. Our king is false, our temple is corrupt, and our soldiers weak. The sun hastens across the sky for shame.
So the Karja have become impure? What does that even mean?
Is Meridian not meant for those who built it, who made it great? It was pure before outlander squatters took it over.
You mean Meridian was pure when the outsiders were in cages or dying in your arena?
The sun is pure, child. It is not our place to question its divine will, only to act upon it.
You called the temple corrupt, but aren't you one of its priests?
They call themselves sun priests, but they have no authority. Youths and sycophants all. Yet those who gave their whole lives to the sun's service are shamed and ignored.
So that's what this is. A tantrum? A cry for attention?
You know nothing of our rights, and yet you dare to insult me.
I thought Avad taking the throne was the sun's will.
The boy dishonored his father. Dishonored us all. To kill a Sun King. What shadow, what twilight time he brought upon us.
And how many more would the Mad Sun King have killed if Avad hadn't stopped him?
The sun called for blood. There was no choice but to obey.
Why do you think your army is weak? Because you're not at war with everyone?
A Karja throne relying on forged dirt mercenaries? Preposterous! The so-called liberation was nothing but a purge. Our most blessed warriors, chased out of the city, exiled to Sunfall and the Forbidden West. Our tribe is torn. The ones who walked...
And yet everyone but you seems happy they're gone. I'm done arguing with you. Stay or go, but I won't allow you to keep others away.
I am here by the will of the sun.
If you won't accept change, you should try to make peace with it. Your bitterness has poisoned you.
I have no need of your pity.
I wasn't offering it. But if you step aside, you can keep your pride, since it's so important to you.
There'll be a reckoning.
You'll back away from it.
Why do we stay here? Or it'll feel like
Fill it up.
Supposed to make someone rust like that. Got a pair of sturdy Oseram hands. I know how to put them to use. They'll always be working for this.
Good to see you.
You want a chicken?
He gave them the best work he'd ever do. And look at it now.
They defaced it because they hated what it stood for.
They defaced a thing slaves like him lived and died for. Slaves they've already forgotten.
Beyond. I feel like I've seen... That's a brand, isn't it?
Short-sighted bastards, the lot. If they thought their son set off this bridge, they'd jump after it.
I think you're safe.
I thank you for honoring my wish.
I hope you can find peace.
Little electric cool
I
box
wouldn't
there,
know
that's
what
good.
to do with
I've got
it.
a fridge in my room.
Any more than the
fridge,
Karja do.
And it's an absolute godsend. Just full of sauerkraut and apples. Lonely man fridge. Oh, and ketchup, obviously. And an upside down bottle of noodles. So. But mostly sauerkraut. And it stinks.
They fought those rebels in Sunfall to a standstill. Why won't the Sun King finish them for good?
I prefer the one about the Sun Priest falling in love with a merchant's daughter.
We all have our place in
You know, when I told my mum and dad that I was going to be vegan, they gave me like a very, it felt like a really stereotypical, like, disappointed in his son kind of vibe. Oh, are you? Oh, okay then.
No, I'm awake and alert.
No change. No change to you. Although, if I was at
I have a matter of grace and beauty I would like to discuss with you.
Whew, that would be tricky.
Where's Talana? Maybe upstairs. No Assis either. Maybe Lygan knows where they are.
They murdered the captain of the Vanguard. How are we not attacking Sunfall?
There's plenty.
You have trophies? I can hang on to them until the Sunhawk returns.
Where are Assis and Talana?
Assis received word about Red Maw and rushed out. Talana found out a short time later and had to follow.
They both went alone?
Assis left without his thrush. Talana did as well. Though I saw some outlanders follow after her.
I wouldn't put it past Assis to try something underhanded to get the kill. Where have they gone? I have to help if I can.
You might be right. They've gone southeast, headed for the spear shafts. You'd better hurry.
You'll like what I have to say.
Wonder if you'll notice any changes when you come back. I feel like England's changed a lot, but it's probably mostly just the digital devices. That's where the changes happen.
They're not gonna like this. Now they're hunting me. These are helpful. Bitter, though. That sounds like her.
I don't want to kill you!
For the Sun King!
Probably going to need it.
Thank you. I should have seen this coming. Of course he would hire men to keep me from Redmaw. They died for his pride.
Where's Assis now?
He's gone after Redmaw. This way. Hurry!
Why is Assis going after Redmaw alone?
Vanity. He doesn't want to share credit for the kill with his thrush. My sponsor did the same. Went after Redmaw alone out of pride. Even though he knew we needed to unseat Assis. I'm not sure where Assis and Redmaw went from here.
I can follow their tracks. This way. Redmaw destroyed these trees.
I fear we're too late. Tarkus, I arrived in time to see him die from his wound. There he is! Redmaw.
Assis is holding his own. Was holding his own. Well, we have our work cut out for us.
see you later. See you probably in a week. I'll play some games then. Maybe Sunday? Maybe Sunday I'll play some games.
Hit me up whenever. I ain't got no job no more. We'll see. Yeah. Bye. Sleep well.
Bye, mate. Laters taters.